Yeah. Jeans shorts on with the white kicks clean. Golf polo popping like I'm living the dream. Driving range swinging, got that perfect lean. Barbecue smoke where the kings convene. Dad life strong with the bourbon in it. Grill master flexing, got the brisket plan. Truck shined up like it's part of the brand. Baseball field cheering in a hot grandstand. Stains don't faze me, I'm built for the grind. Got a chair and a cooler, I'm feeling sublime. Kids on the diamond while I'm watching the time. Got my shades on point and my swagger aligned. Dad life strong with the bourbon in it. Grill master flexing, got the brisket plan. Truck shined up like it's part of the brand. Baseball field cheering in a hot grandstand. Whiskey neat while the ribs get the glaze. Sunset gold in a smoky haze. Man of the hour in my dadly phase. Flipping burgers like I'm lighting the blaze. Dad life strong with the bourbon in it. Grill master flexing, got the brisket plan. Truck shined up like it's part of the brand. Baseball field cheering in a hot grandstand. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, Outlaw. Look at that stash, man. It's on point, buddy.
Hell yeah, dude. That beer's super fly too, son. What you been doing?
I'm glad you noticed, man. I've been bullied a little bit lately.
Been bullied a little bit. You talking about AmericanBeerBully.com?
Hell yes, I am.
Man, y'all got to jump over there and check that out. It can make faces for radio look good. Let me tell you, man. AmericanBeerBully.com, it's more than just men's care. It is an honest lifestyle, a unique culture, and a bold pack of products. Like, they got Top Dog, Stray Dog, they got
Junkyard Dog.
They got the oils, the butters, the soaps, and they even got a line of products just for the ladies.
Hell yeah.
Y'all stop what you're doing, run over to AmericanBeerBully.com and place your order now. For a limited time, if you use DAD15, you will get 15% off of your order.
So if I go to the website and I put in the code DAD15, I get 15% off my entire purchase.
Exactly, son.
Hell yeah.
So y'all jump on over there right now, AmericanBeerBully.com. Tell them Dad sent you.
Absolutely.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Dad's After Dark. You know, the other day somebody came up to me and said, "Yo, Outlaw, you know anybody that can work on my garage door?" I said, "Man, just so happens to do. The garage door guy's your man. You got a carport you want to turn into a garage? He can take care of that. You got a building that don't have a garage door on it? He's got you back there, too. Already got a garage door? Just need some maintenance on it? Maybe some upgrades? The garage door guy's your man. Reach out to him today, 501-412-2475. Shoot him an email, thegaragedoorguylr@gmail.com. Get over there at Facebook. Give him a like and a follow. And if you can't find him anywhere else, jump on Dad's After Dark Linktree. He's listed there too. For all of your up and down door needs, the garage door guy is your man. Give him a call today. Tell him Dad's After Dark sent you. Bicycle.
grilling in the park, making back ribs on the grill. Me and my wife, Netflix and chill. Sweet tea, roller cooler, lawnmowers, blah blah blah. Mom's in the morning, they talking, it's kinda boring. Bourbon, Velcro, New Balances, tatted on my nose. Mickey G, funny packs, that's on me. Blue jean shorts, yeah, that kinda short. Dad's after dark, Dad's after dark, Dad's after dark, Dad's after dark, Dad's after dark.
We going live.
Yep. And welcome to
are
Dads at the Dark Radio. It's Monday night. It is after 7 o'clock. It is officially Dads After Dark time. Welcome to the show, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Did you hear that?
Yes, I heard.
No, you didn't.
What, you fart?
No, you were making fun of me. You didn't hear what I said.
No, I did not.
See, that's it. Now who's old?
What?
You can't even hear what I said, and you're making fun of my glasses.
I can't hear you.
I hope you step on Lego when you go
Oh,
pee.
son of a...
Can't hear shit.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, welcome to the show. I'm your host, Mikey G. Thanks for tuning in. I got Smokestack Rodney Lewis over here.
What up?
The Outlaw Shane Preator.
What's cracking, y'all?
And Outlaw, why don't you do us a favor and introduce our special guest?
Who's Jamal Maya? Is that this? Send this dude out of here.
He wants us to promote our social
So
media
our
platform.
special guest tonight.
Over
Hey, what's up,
India.
everybody? I was sorry I was reading and he put me on the spot and I didn't know I was supposed to be on the spot.
Are you on that page?
So
Yes.
You kick him out.
to my right side, everybody already knows he's got multiple nicknames. It just depends on where you're watching him at.
Top hand Timmy.
He's always little Timmy to me because that's my brother.
Yep.
Top hand Timmy, Bacon Preator, Chief Preator, all the above.
All the things.
Cluck
Yep.
Norris.
Cluck Norris, yeah.
Cluck Norris is my
anyway.
I know who it is.
rooster.
Got a little Timmy in the house, and then to my left, we got Mr. A.A. Ron, Mr. Aaron Washington. I don't know why I can never say the word Aaron without
saying, I say it every time. I'm like, "What's up,
A.A.
AA Ron?"
Like, I met the man for the first time. I was like, what's up, A.A. Ron? I mean, Mr. Washington.
Yep.
That was actually the name of my lawn care business.
Right?
A.A. Ron.
It couldn't be anything else. Hey, welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you.
For those of y'all who do not know, Mr. Washington here is currently going for the spot of sheriff for the Saline County Sheriff's Office. And we thought it'd be a great idea because we are huge on our first responders, our military, all the above. So why not bring this man in here and let's talk to him a little bit. Let's see what his plans are.
We're gonna grill him.
No, dude, 12th Street was closed, bro. I went by there. I didn't have his measurements. Paul Wall didn't call me back.
There's some people asking about Tim's knee brace.
Hey,
Yeah.
thank you, Dylan Shaw.
know
Says
why.
my mustache is better looking than Clip
Listen,
Norris.
all I know is that on the dad's page there was a poll done about our
That was him.
mustaches.
That was me.
That was him.
And
I don't
my
remember the
mustache
results.
won. My mustache
I don't
won.
think the results got skewed a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. It was
I kind of feel left out because I don't have a
Right.
I know.
So
We
I
might-
should road one up.
right.
One and bought
Well, that's like you should do what Rodney says. Rodney don't wear a hat because he don't want to hide all that beauty. Is what he
Yeah,
says.
yeah. That's
So
it.
maybe,
I was gonna say the rest of us have to wear one.
but if y'all driving around Saline County, y'all see these signs that says Aaron Washington for sheriff. This is Mr. Aaron Washington, and he
Hey,
is running
Ron.
for sheriff. And I will tell you 100%, he's got my vote. I support him 100%, but I also know him as an individual and what he's like as a person. So
Well, and
it
that's
was easy to get my vote on that. So.
and that's great that he's coming in here tonight. And we've got a platform. People who've never heard of him before, seen him before, talked to him before. Great opportunity for people to get to know him and to earn their vote. So
Right.
I think that's this is a great platform for that. And real quick, I wanted to take a second and. We're gonna talk a little bit about what you intend to do as sheriff and this and that. I want to get to know you as a person because I don't know you. I've never
stop.
I've never
you
met
get
you.
weird like this every time we have a guest.
I do. All right, so boxers are no. I'm just
You want to
kidding.
change seats?
No, I'm good.
Let
No.
me tell you about my best friend.
Let's go.
Did we-
Let's go.
Did we just become best
You know what
friends?
that just reminded me of? This is kind of off subject. Are y'all hearing any of these AI generated songs that are taking you way back to the 50s and 60s, but they're making Dear Mama by Tupac? Eminem
I've
songs.
seen
Are
it.
y'all seeing these?
I haven't.
Oh, bro.
I sent you. What was it, Lil Jon?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's insane. They're taking
Really?
like I was listening and I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah. It was like a '70s version.
I'm
of,
listening to
of Get
Dear
Low.
Mama lyrics. It was so cool. But anyway, back on subject.
Hello,
Sorry.
Kimberly.
Hey, Timmy.
Hey.
What up, D?
What up?
Hendrix Hood? DZ Designs in the house.
There you go. D to Z.
He just sent me something.
As you can
Hey,
tell, Aaron, this is not very structured.
Yep.
No, that's what I told him.
I
But-
just
Stuff that's not.
and
It's fun.
okay, so a little background on that. Early in this show, we're about what 6 years in now.
Yeah,
That's
nobody cares. Anyways, he was wanting to learn more about it. Gives a damn.
6 years in. The first year, 2 years, we were like, okay, I'm gonna come up. We're gonna have segments. We're gonna have different themes. We're gonna do this. We're gonna talk about news, and that kind of went out the window real quick because every time I try to have a little bit of structure, these knuckleheads didn't allow for it whatsoever.
No.
So that went out the door real quick.
It bored everybody to death.
That's right.
It was bad.
You
So
know what?
tell us about AA Ron.
AA
Well,
Ron.
I'm gonna tell you about AA
I
Ron.
want to know about AA Ron.
For years and years, I've always wanted to get in law enforcement, and me and my cousin, we started watching Starsky and Hutch back in the days. I don't.
That's right.
A lot of people probably don't even know what that is. T.J. Hooker, and you know, I was like, one day
Shaft.
I'm gonna be Shaft.
You a bad mother. Shut your mouth.
But yeah, I've always wanted to be get in law enforcement, be a cop, and you know, when I turned 21, actually,
A couple years ago.
Yeah.
yeah, 2 years ago.
Come on.
I'm only 21 and a half.
That's right.
But yeah, you know, when I turned 21, I got in law enforcement and loved it ever since. You know, and I've started over in eastern Arkansas. A lot of people probably don't know anything about Cotton Plant. It's like a real small town.
Is that over by Brinkley?
Yes, yes.
Population
And,
50.
Where the mosquitoes will carry you away.
Yeah, they got some of them down at Redfield, too.
Yeah, and I mean they are huge. So once I got in law enforcement, hey, I stuck with it and I loved it. Loved it ever since. You know, of course, back when I started in Cotton Plant, you know, I was telling Preator, you know, they
Which one?
The better
Me.
looking one.
that one over yonder.
The important one.
Can't tell them apart.
Can't tell them apart. They look like twins.
Yeah, they don't.
That's funny.
But you know, I joined the fire department as well over in Cotton Plant, and,
That's right.
and I enjoyed doing that as well. I enjoyed doing that as well.
Firefighting's fun.
It is. It actually really is.
Yep. Oh, dude. We were talking about a story earlier. Adam Baker's name got brought up.
Yeah.
And I remember he's a police officer. He was a police officer at the time. And I was like, I'm one-man crew on a fully involved structure. And I come rolling in screaming for help, help, help. Nobody's there to help. Next thing you know, I hear somebody yelling. I look back and Baker's done caught a hydrant for me and
Doing all the
pulling
things.
pre-connects. And I'm like, let's go. But yeah, no, good stuff. Keep going.
But I'm going to tell you how I wound up actually finding this county here. Me and another officer, when I worked in Brinkley,
You lost a bet, didn't you?
kinda. But we wound up taking a guy to Hot Springs for Bell's Bondsman, which you can't do that now. But we wound up doing that, and we stopped at a gas station there in Bryant at 123. I got out of the car and I looked around and I was like, "Man, this is an awesome, beautiful county."
Right?
I said, "I'd love to, come and work over here." So we carried him on to Hot Springs, dropped him off, got back. About 2 or 3 days later, we had a guy that was a trooper over there, and his dad was actually the chief deputy over here in Saline County. And they came to us and said, "Hey, how would you like to go to work for Saline County Sheriff's Department?" I said, "Well, heck yeah." I said, "I got to get out of Brinkley." For one, I'm tired of locking up my kinfolks.
Knows how that feels.
I said, "I got to go."
It makes those family reunions a little awkward. Doesn't it?
Yeah.
What year was that, Aaron? Do you remember?
That was, let's see, I started in 88. So it was around about 88 whenever, all that got started out.
I was in elementary school.
Really?
I graduated in 97.
Well, I'm only 23.
I get it.
I still peeing my diaper, but I was 8. So,
So, but
that
yeah.
was weird.
Guess I'm the second oldest in the room then.
Yes, you're old.
Yeah, you're second.
Let's go.
So
Let's
whenever, I filled out the application and everything and turned it in, had an interview, and before I can make it back to Brinkley, they'd already called and said, "Hey, they like to hire me."
That's right. That's money right
And
there.
believe it or not, when I turned it in,
So it's one of two things: either you blew them away, or they were like, "Holy crap, somebody wants to work here." That's amazing.
He didn't care either way.
I blew him out.
Either
the
way,
water.
you didn't care.
I
Right?
blew him out the water. It's like, hey, yeah, let's bring him aboard. And I've been here pretty much ever since.
Awesome.
You married?
Yes.
That's what I was about to ask. What you like? Not to get personal, but what's your family life like? You know, married, got kids.
got married, got kids, got grandkids.
I do too.
At 23,
Yeah.
Yeah, 23. You gotta start them off young.
I got 3 of them.
Shane's a grandpa.
No,
Hey, but
hey,
even funny is there's a great grandma on here watching.
that's right.
Oh, really?
That I'll never forget the day that my daughter and her man stood out there in my backyard to tell me she was pregnant with her first baby. The first thing after it all the smoke cleared, and my first words out of my mouth was, "The first one of you SOBs calls me grandpa, I'm kicking your ass."
Come on.
we call him Grandpappy. That's what we call him.
Grandpappy Outlaw or Pops. I'm down with Pops because that's what we called our grandpa was Pops.
And her first boyfriend, I made him puke all over himself.
Yeah, that was
at the fair.
pretty
It was
awesome.
pretty awesome.
Well,
But-
I will say this. My grandkids call me and my wife, I am Hershey.
Right?
And my wife is Graham.
That's funny.
That's right.
So they call me Pop and they call my wife Lolly.
Oh, really?
So Lollipop. So
Lollipop.
I was like, that's pretty.
Hey, we had our first question.
That's what I was looking for here.
Sorry to interrupt, but Kim Cheeseman, she's a local out here. Every one of us.
She's
up
our
here
number
know
one
her.
intern.
We love her to death.
Showed up here
She-
last week with a pizza. and
She
said,
actually messaged on TikTok the other day. I made a video, and she's like, "I'm going to come speeding through Alexander. What are you going to do?" And I'm like, "I'm going to pull you over. I'm going to get you out of the car. I'm going to give you a hug, kiss you on the cheek, tell you I love you, and have a good day."
Send you with
You
the
know,
ticket.
because we love her.
And real quick, before this gets started here, if you ask a question and we do not answer it, please ask it again. I'm going to try to keep up.
Good luck.
Michael,
Yeah, we'll do the best we can.
he's Riri. So.
Kim asked, and I'll ask if y'all don't mind, but
Go ahead.
Kim asked, do you have a plan on increasing presence in East End and possibly a substation out here?
Yes, I do. I definitely want to have substations out here. I have a plan on hiring more deputies, and it's, for one, to protect the citizens out here and to protect the officers as well. A lot of people, I'm pretty sure they've noticed that this county has grown from leaps and bounds, but the sheriff's department has to grow with it, which means we need to hire more deputies and get them out here on the street and get them trained. We can't just keep rolling with the same old numbers of deputies we had way back in the 80s and the 90s.
Yep.
It's not going to work.
Yep.
And, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, but I want to create where we have a open door policy for the citizens to contact me. As I tell a lot of people, this is not a job where I sit down and I fill out an application, I go for an interview, and they say, all right, you're hired. I am elected by the people of Saline County. So therefore, I want to be here for the people of Saline County. So whenever you got a question, feel free to call me. And I promise you, we're going to do the best we can to try to get that answer.
Gotcha.
So for those of y'all that don't know, Saline County is a word, right? But y'all don't realize how big it is.
It's huge.
730 square miles with a population of almost 132,000 people.
You've ran every single one of those square miles, haven't you?
Every freaking one of them.
I know I have, with lights and sirens on.
But y'all think about that. 730 square miles. Do y'all know that 3 years ago, we had 5 deputies that were covering 730 square miles? Now, you've got Benton and Bryant and a lot of other police departments that are policing
Helping out.
those areas there.
In the incorporated areas
Right.
of the county.
Correct. But you got areas like us,
Yep.
like that's what she was talking about. That you don't, you do, but you don't. So that was a great question because that was something that I was thinking about is the rural areas of Saline County seem to get overlooked some, and there's some rural areas that half of y'all ain't never been to.
Oh, yeah.
know, so-
There's a lot of people in here that don't even know about Warehouser Road out in, out in Perrin.
But what's crazy is I had to learn this, not necessarily the hard way, but I mean, my brother being a police officer, I was a firefighter for a long time. I am very involved in my community. I want to be part of what's going on. I want to protect my neighbors, all the above. And there's been times where, you know, we'll get some creepers come through the neighborhood and I'll get out and be like, hey, you know, what's up? And then they run and I'm like, oh crap, they're running for a reason. Well, I kind of go above and beyond. Well, then I'm like, hey, I need some help, you know. But, oh, well, it's going to be 15 minutes for somebody gets there, you know. So that was several years ago. I know it's changed and it's getting better.
It's getting better. And again, you know, like I said, we've got to get more deputies out here on the streets. One of the most important thing about it, we've got to get their interaction with the police and the people out here in the county.
Yeah, that was a question that I was going to ask you.
The county cannot survive if we don't work closely with the citizens. You know, this county would not, the sheriff's department would not survive.
The 100% perfect example of what you just said just so happens to be something that me and him just got in the middle of a couple weeks back.
I don't think we can talk about that on.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
yeah.
No, that was on Saturday. What you're thinking? This is totally different.
I thought it was the whipped cream thing. But
Somebody was like, "Hey, man, there's a bunch of police down there at El Agave."
Really?
Those are my buddies. I love them down there, right? Hey, I'm right down the road. I'm finna go check on them. Well, I get there, and there's 3 Saline County officers nosed into the woods, and I'm like, all right, instantly, they're nose of the woods. Somebody ran, which means they got robbed. Let me go check it out. Well, long story short, I call my brother, hey, Barefoot Man headed your way. He comes out, and he's like, hey, I'm going to look around because do not take this as the way I'm saying it. I'm not bashing nobody, but there was not one Pulaski County officer around. There's Saline County officers in Pulaski County looking for somebody that had ran from them. So me and my brother, without a doubt, know that area better than Google Maps. I mean, we barefoot out there running around. So
That was yesterday.
we both start
Twice.
policing ourselves, right? I mean, he's obviously a police officer, but we're both plainclothes
Couldn't
people
tell
out
by
there
looking.
Why is that?
helping
Why is that obvious?
and doing things, and we're piggybacking off of one another.
He must have a desk job. He must
And
have
after
a
it was all said and done, between the two of us and the officers that were there, the guy got caught. With other help, you know, there was other people in the community that helped that, but that brings a great. It's kind of a catch-22 in my eyes because you can be in the way.
Yep.
So, but there's got to be a trust, and there's got to be a love, and there's got to be a want to there.
Exactly.
And then in today's world, with you watching all these dang TikToks, and it's real easy to get a bad vibe or a bad look when it comes to, you know, our police officers and our community. So,
I want to get the deputies, you know, back out in the community. You know, you can write a citation going to the neighborhood and patrolling.
right.
You know, so I want to get them back out in the neighborhood and meet the people, talk to the people out in the yard, you know, and listening to them. Like I said, I've got ahead of myself, but I'm gonna jump back just a little bit and kind of give some people a little bit of background about me and my experience. You know, I've been in law enforcement for 30-something years. 20 of it was over here in Saline County. Like I said, I started in Eastern Arkansas, and I came over here back in 1996 and worked under the direction of Judy Pridgeon. Worked here for several years. I got involved in criminal investigation, where I was an arson investigator. I worked several homicides. I've worked several domestic violence cases, and then I wound up leaving and going to the Attorney General's office. There I worked what we call the ACAC program, which is, predators preying on our kids. And we did that throughout the whole state of Arkansas. And I came back over here and started out as a sergeant on patrol. And I worked here for several years, and then I retired and sitting on the front porch, and all of a sudden I get a phone call from small town, mayor of Bauxite, and he said, hey, how would you like to be the chief of Bauxite? I said, let me think about that. And so I thought about it for a while, and I said, well, I think I will. And I said, and everybody knows, Bauxite has a bad name for themselves.
That's an awful name, Bauxite. I can't stand it.
Yeah, they had a bad name. And I said, it's time for me to do something about it, because I was one of the ones that was griping as well about the police department.
Right.
And I said, either I need to get in and do something about it, this is my opportunity, or stop griping.
Right.
That's right.
That's it.
So I made the choice of coming back, and I've been there for almost a year now. And I think it's gotten a whole lot better.
You know what's funny? I didn't know you'd been there for almost a year. But since you just said that, it makes all the sense in the world, because at one point, I never wanted to drive through Bauxite because there was just certain things that weren't right about it.
Especially
I'm not going to
late
go
night
into detail, you know, but
Right.
And we're not here to bash Bauxite.
Right? No, not at all. Not at all.
That's
But
exactly what this show is for.
the moral of the story is I know there's been a change here. I go through Bauxite all the time. Where I live, I've got to go through Bauxite or Bryant if I'm headed that way to Hot Springs or that side of town. So now I can speak. I'm just kidding. But no, I did. You can tell a difference. Yeah. You can tell a difference, and I think that's what the members of Saline County need to know and understand, that there's a lot of people that'll come in and talk the talk, and then once they sit in that chair, it's like, all right, I'm here. Show me the money.
I'll say something, and I don't mean this at a dig to nobody. This
Right.
is not, and I've said this before, and
I got you
I'll
right here.
This is not a dig to any other person that's running for sheriff in Saline County, and I'll stand by this statement till the day that I die. People are tired of the political politician ways.
That's right.
This county that I live in, I live right on county line. I'm trying to move back in here now, but I live right on the county line. I spend all my time here. This county needs police. And we need them on the streets, but we need them at the top too.
Right.
We don't need a politician. We don't need somebody's going to blow smoke up your butt. We need cops out here doing cop things and helping people,
Right.
and doing, because it's not about going out here and cussing people out and chasing everybody that we got to chase. But it's no secret that I can come out here and police East End the way that no other cop can police East End, and I believe that in my heart. And the people of East End will tell you that. We need that everywhere,
Right.
in every part of this county. And I think that this man can get us there.
And it's like I said, I'm not a politician by no means. I am 100% cop, and it's been in my blood ever since I've got in this line of work.
Right.
I tell a lot of people when they say, how's your job going? To me, this it's not a job. It's my career.
That's right.
It's not a job. It's my career. And
Same with us with this radio show. It's a career.
career.
It's not a job. It's a career.
So,
Hold on.
We're bankrupt, but
I'm trying to find my paycheck.
It's still coming. It's still coming.
See, that's what happens when you show up.
Right, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Not your
I
pay.
can have it.
JD Beatty says, vote, vote, vote. That's how we change things.
That's right.
So,
hey, real quick along those lines, and you say I'm not a politician, and that's fantastic.
because we don't
How-
do politics. here.
Absolutely, but how weird is it to actually run for an office?
He's applying for a job.
well,
He's not
I
running
agree,
for office.
but he's out here trying to get votes.
Yep.
I would
That's
say
got to be weird.
And it actually is. But when I came over here, I've always wanted to be the sheriff of Saline County. But it's like, you got to pick your battles, and you got to know when to run for sheriff. And
It's all about timing.
it's all about timing. And I would tell you, I've got a buddy of mine, a great friend of mine, that's actually the sheriff now, Rodney Wright. I've been knowing him for many, many years, worked with him when he worked in Benton, and when I was with the county, and we went on some calls together. And I consider him a great friend of mine.
He's current sheriff.
So, and he's
Yes.
the current sheriff.
Right.
Yes.
If that doesn't tell you something right there, I mean, what does? He's not out there trying to bash somebody and take their job from them.
What it takes over here on YouTube says, man, I like this guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Just
assume he's talking about you.
Oh, I hope he is.
Yeah.
so we got another question. Can voters expect to use
No,
To
to
see.
see
I can't
Aaron
hold
out
let me
on
put
the
my damn-
streets
Oh,
working
hey,
along
look,
with
there's
his
I can see this shit now.
Definitely. I do not like to sit in the office.
We'll tell
I
you
wanna
who
get out of here.
asked that after you answer it.
Yeah, that was his wife. Someone else said, "Do I have to slam on my brakes now when I come into the county?" No, I don't think you do. Just
No, he's talking about coming to Bauxite. Was that Amanda?
Abide by the speed limit,
Oh,
ma'am.
Danny Thompson over here, a good buddy, Central Arc Appliances, said, I like this guy. I think he'll do a good job.
Danny's a good guy. Danny's huge in all of our communities. Now this is not necessarily a question to Mr. Aaron, but this was a question that somebody put in here a minute ago. Is windshield tint illegal?
That dang Ronnie, man. That dude's always getting himself in something.
He's mad about it because I think he got a citation for it.
That's because
I will tell. I'm gonna answer that
Notorious.
question. I'm gonna answer that question for him, and I'm sorry to interrupt this, but I'm gonna answer it for the biggest problem with American people. And I mean this. I mean this wholeheartedly. The biggest problem with American people is they are damn ignorant.
right.
They go off of Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
They go off of whatever else.
Chat GPT.
Chat GPT. Read your laws and read your statutes and read the Constitution of the United States of America.
Ronnie Torres, he said you dumb, sir.
I'm just saying,
I love you, brother.
Don't come on here asking, can I do this? Can I
Right.
do this? Because ignorance is not bliss.
Hey, Jeannie Jones
Read-
says
read your laws.
I love Bauxite. My grandparents lived there my whole life before they passed away.
Ronnie, I say you can do it.
Hey,
Hell with it.
Gina,
I don't
now you
care.
got to love Saline
Yeah.
County because
Yeah,
it's coming.
you heard it here
Share the
first.
love.
Window tints are not illegal.
That's not what I said. I
As
said,
long
do
as you
your
put
reading.
Dads After Dark on the eyebrow.
Got to know Aaron.
QR code.
Aaron will be a working sheriff. That is what the county needs.
Exactly.
Drugs are a huge issue.
That's what
Where
I-
do
I
you
s-
plan on starting with that?
Well, hang on real fast. He did say, yes, he would be on the streets working side by side with his deputies. I don't know if anybody heard it because there was a lot of talking.
Right.
But
I'm gonna
yeah,
be on the
somebody
street.
said I wanted them to hear it from your mouth.
Right.
So
Right
yes,
along with my
he
deputy.
did say that he'll be right there with them. So
You know, I take calls in Bauxite, and once, you know, if I'm elected as sheriff, I'm gonna be right out there with them. You know, in the rain, working accidents with them.
And you don't see that.
No,
and that's not a
it's-
dig at
no, it's
nobody.
not. It's not.
But you just don't see that.
Leadership these days means point and go. And I'm going to sit here and watch y'all do the work. And I see that all
Isn't
the
that what
time.
he does with us all the time?
Hey, shut up.
That's right,
Every
man.
time we do a fundraiser, hey, y'all do this. Y'all do this. I'm going to
So,
be over here in the air conditioning.
That's leaders. Leaders are born, right? I see people that I'm looking up and I'm like, hey, man, you're filthy. And he was like, oh, yeah, that's my boss, man. Don't worry about him. I'm like, whoa, wait, what? He's supposed to be in the office, you know, watching YouTube and playing on TikTok, you know, and he's not. And it's funny is if
want
y'all
that
pay
job.
attention, you know, I'm not trying to toot anybody's horn. This dude over here, you know, he's making his dumb TikToks in the morning. You know, he's chief police in Alexander, sitting in the car out there running the streets, doing his thing.
Every day.
It's you're only as good as the company you keep, and that's why these two are side by side. I really love that.
And I will say, not just because they're watching, I have some of the best group of guys
you
in the world that
100%
work for
do,
me.
and I saw that whenever I came over there and hung out for a week or so. But no, that's I don't know. It's kind of hard.
thought he was about to cry.
No, not even a little
Not
bit.
yet. He'll get there.
Yeah, I'll do that in a minute when I start talking about other things. But no,
Wait
it's
till he gets to talking about umpires.
that's how it's got to be. You know, I'll never send a man to do something I wouldn't do myself.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
that's the way it's supposed to be, and that's how you gain trust from your people, and that's how you gain respect from your people, and the community sees that. They're like, "Hey, man, who's this new police officer? Oh, he's actually sheriff."
And two, you know, if your deputy come to you and have a question for you, I want to be able to answer that question instead of saying, well, hang on, I don't know
Right.
how to do that. You know, I want to be one of those working sheriffs to say, hey, I can give you that answer right off the bat.
Right.
You know, and just for the record, I wanted people to know that, you know, hey, I am running on the Republican ticket, and, you know, but I'm going to be the sheriff regardless of political race. You know, I'm going to be there.
Right.
And like I say, I know the question came up about, I think it was drugs.
Right.
You know, I want to get a narcotics division.
Correct.
We had a narcotics division back when I came to this county previously, and we had a couple of guys that was working narcotics for the whole entire county. And they did an awesome job. But I would tell you, the county has grown, but you cannot have a narcotics division with just two people. It's
No.
just not going to work.
That's a duo, not a division.
Yeah.
You know what I've seen firsthand, and I didn't know this in the beginning.
What books?
I didn't say what I read. I can't read. You're stupid. I almost feel like if you have, and maybe I'm overstepping my boundaries by saying this, but if you have people in the community, and when I say community, I'm talking about all 730 square miles of this county that know the county, that know the people, You've done that.
I've done that.
You've been here. You've done that. And I believe personally that is huge on how the whole policing thing comes together, because I may be having a shit day. I may be having the shittiest day of my life.
One more time.
And I'm out here acting like an ignorant fool because I didn't take my medicine.
Even when you take your medicine.
And if some random guy comes rolling up in here and he's about to, enforce whatever law I've broken, he's probably not going to treat me the way you would treat me, because you have a little bit of knowledge of the person you're dealing with. Hey, man, I've never seen this guy act like this, or this guy acts like this 24/7. Let's bust his ass. But we did as firefighters, and that's where I kind of pull some of that from. As a firefighter, I knew when I arrived on scene to a medical or a disturbance or whatever that what I was dealing with or who I was dealing with. So the fact that you've been here, done that, that's
I'm going to have
that's a positive.
Have the deputies trained on mental illness, and because it's we've got and it's a growing issue for the county, But I want to get them out here and get them trained. I actually have a guy that lives with us, that's have mental illness,
Right.
And
That question did come up earlier about what training you think that you could offer for, autism's a big thing.
Yes.
We have a lot of autistic people in Saline County and Bauxite and Benton, Bryan, Alexander, East End, and you have to police that different than you police Mikey G.
exactly.
I can go up and throw a piece of pizza at Mikey G and he's in custody.
He don't like ranch though.
yeah, but no ranch on it.
Yeah,
He
right.
didn't mind the chicken bacon ranch.
It was
He said
pretty
it was
good.
okay.
Yeah, Larry's Pizza in East End. Awesome.
That, and that the question did come up a minute ago about
Yeah,
your
we
plans
missed
on.
we missed
on
a
that.
few, but
I do have a real quick question though, tying into what he was saying a second ago, talking about the community and drugs, and how important is it to be involved in the community, have community outreach, community policing? How important is that to your plan for cleaning up certain areas?
It's very important. I mean, very important. Like I said, we got to get some deputies out here. We got to get them trained. We're going to get a narcotics division, not just a couple of people out here doing this. And I'm going to have a hotline tip so people can call in.
I did that one time. It didn't make very much money.
You did it wrong.
I will, just to touch on what he said, and I know that Aaron will feel the same way, that community relationship, you cannot, I would not be able to police East End when I was policing it out here if I wouldn't police it the way that I was able to without the relationships that I have with the people here and the trust that I have here. So when you get deputies into these areas and they build, see, right now, and this is just me personally, this is not anything for Aaron, but I believe that you can't put a deputy in an area for 2 days and then bump him 2 days somewhere else and then bump him 2 days somewhere else.
They've got to develop that
You've
relationship
got
and
to.
trust.
that's what
Because-
Matt just said. Matt Matchett said you
I
got to
can-
get them out here. Community is a big thing, so keep them in the community.
Keep them in the
And
community.
once you, even with the
Knowing
bad guys, once these guys build a rapport with everybody, and I'm going to say this, it's okay to be an asshole sometimes.
100%.
But once you get done being an asshole, it's how you treat people, because everybody's still human. And when you get out here, people that I've arrested out here in East End and Landmark and all over the place, I can promise you, and I don't want to put nobody on blast, but I can pick up my phone right now and call those same people and say I need help. And they're going to help me. That's what you got to do across this whole county.
Exactly.
And I've heard it firsthand, just like you said. I mean, me and this guy's been around this area for a very, very long time. People know us. We've got reputations, yada, yada, yada. I had a guy come up to me one day, and this plays into what you're wanting to do here. When he was a Saline County Sheriff, police officer, he said, he was like, "Hey, man, you're Preator, right?" I said, "Yeah." He said, your brother arrested me? I immediately went into defense mode, right? I'm like, all right, what's next? And I was like, really, what happened? And he was talking about dope and all this other stuff. And I was like, well, he said, man, he was a freaking dick. And I was like, you probably deserved it. He goes, no, I'm telling you I did. And he goes, and I want you to relay a message to him and let him know that I'm now, 9 months sober, and I come out of jail and I think about the words that he spoke to me. And it was like, okay. I wasn't expecting that, Usually they're the bad guy, and these real bad guys are the ones that. So I don't know. I think that kind of plays into what you were talking about as far as policing the community is not just out busting people and doing bad things. It's
And I jumped in on that because I mean, it's obvious that I'm supporting Aaron, and I'm going to continue to support Aaron. But Aaron and I have talked about that.
We were talking to Aaron, though.
Yeah, we've talked about that issue, and I know that's why I jumped in there with that, is because I know that he feels the exact same way and wants the exact same thing.
Exactly.
So we know you've got a list of things that you want to talk about over there, but we're going to backtrack just a little bit. We've got a few questions here in our chat, if you don't mind, real quick. Ronnie, what you got?
The most recent one says, can you talk a little bit about Safe Haven?
Yes.
And if so, what plans do you have?
Actually, I was actually going to bring that up at the end before we.
We're going to the end now. Then we're going to come back around.
That's the way we roll.
Welcome to Dad's After Dark Radio.
But since it's been brought up, I'm going to go ahead and come in on it. Safe Haven is on the verge of shutting its doors. And for the people that are listening to me and can see me, we, regardless of what county you're in, we need to back this organization up. We cannot let those doors shut.
So can I ask a question?
Nope.
What is
Because
Safe
I think
Haven?
I'm an idiot. What's Safe Haven? Because I don't know.
It's for battered women.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a shelter.
That's
It's a
special
shelter
for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
And that's one thing that I want the deputies to be trained on is, on domestic battery. Because I've been to a bunch of them, and sometimes it's not what the victim tells you, it's their body language. Is they're trying to tell you, hey, I'm not safe. And another thing, I want more deputies, because we don't need to treat these people as a number. We need to have the knowledge to tell them where they can get help from. And I know it's rough sometimes. You go into the same old call day after day, the same domestic violence call. But we got to understand that these people are wanting help.
Right.
And if the deputies or the sheriff's department is not trained in getting them help, then we're going to keep getting calls.
I was going to ask that, how frustrating that is as a police officer, that you both can answer that, when you go out on something like that and you know what needs to be done, but you as an officer are kind of handcuffed on what you're able to get done for them.
Well, and I go
No pun
back-
intended with the handcuffs.
And I go back to, if we're not trained efficiently in that, then we're going to keep getting calls, because we don't really know exactly what to tell these people, and so they're not going to get the help. They're going to stay right there in that abuse. But if we are trained, we can help them go get some help, and put them in a safe place. And another thing we got to understand too, it's not just the woman or the victim if they got kids, they're also the victim.
That's right.
And eventually they're going to grow up thinking, hey, that's love.
okay.
Yep.
And that's okay.
And that
it's
carries over.
not.
That's right.
Exactly. And it's just a revolving door. So, we've got to do what we can to keep Safe Haven open.
And that's in Sling County too?
Yes.
Yes, there is one in Sling County. Yep.
All right. Guess what?
'Cause
Wheels are turning.
If it closes,
Oh, great.
then
God.
we won't have anywhere for these women to go. I think they got one in Little Rock, but
They're building a brand new one in Little Rock, right over there next to the police station. And it's
On
amazing.
Roosevelt.
It's amazing what they're
think.
doing with. No, there's one on Baseline.
I got you.
I mean,
It's right next to a hospital and a police station. It's really cool.
you see that last
Can't
one?
find the other message other question earlier, but they asked if you work out or if that's all natural.
all natural.
I
work out.
They didn't say who they were questioning it to, so I looked over and I was like, they're not talking about it.
At 23 years old, looks like that.
At 23.
Get off my belly. I'm
I can talk about it.
and I'm happy.
Kim Cheeseman, I do believe that they just got some more yard signs. Did I see that right the other day?
Yes.
So, yes, there are some
I
more
got the
yard
one out of
signs.
Shane's yard.
And little Timmy would be more than happy to come over and stick one in your yard.
Absolutely.
We'll put all kinds
I
of
need
stuff in
one
Kim's
for the yard.
You see Amanda's
I'll just
question
take
there, Rodney?
Shane's.
Golly.
I went way up. I
Oh
was
yeah,
trying to find
I
all the
got
other
it.
ones.
And she broke out. Amanda broke out the big words on this one.
I can't see. I got to put my glasses back on.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
How do you plan to modernize training for deputies/officers in the area, like de-escalation, impact, bias?
Implicit bias.
Implicit. Sorry. Yeah. Well, good thing you
crisis
read past it
intervention.
before I did.
Well, this is vocabulary words that I use
All
on a
right.
daily basis.
Let's
so
start
I was-
over and
I
let's
was
ask
doing
that question again, because
It
half
got
of
through
it
there.
made sense. So,
What are you talking about?
How do you
modernized
plan on
training
modernizing training and keeping people up on their de-escalation and implicit bias and crisis intervention. Because I know the county right now has a crisis intervention team, and it's called a CIT team.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that you can go on with that, but I know they have one now.
Yep. And they also have a domestic violence organization, but I mean, it's, as far as I know, it's only one person that's actually working there. But like I say, it goes back to training. We've got to get them trained.
And I'll say on that note, and it's on my people, you don't. It's not all about a book. It's not all about a class that you
It's
go
not black
to.
and white.
It's it's you've
Is
got
that a
to
picture book for this one?
Shane's got to have a picture book, but he can't see it unless he's got his glasses on. But you got to be able to recognize, what needs to be de-escalated. How can you de-escalate it? Because I might be able to look at Mikey G and say, "Hey, Mikey G, I need you to sit down, shut your mouth, and chill out." And you might be like, "Okay," but I may have to look at Shane and go, "Shut your effing face," and that doesn't.
That's right.
When people see that, they go, "Oh my God, that cop's over here cussing and screaming."
But that's what it
But
takes
that's
for this
the
one.
only language that he knows.
That's right.
That's true.
And that's part of that real world training, and that's part of what officers have to figure out.
I'm easily intimidated, so
yeah.
I'm good.
And I would-
Some people are not.
And I would say this, because I've been to a lot of disturbance calls, and right off the bat, I'm getting screamed at, cursed at.
Well, they're on high energy already,
Yeah,
right?
And,
So
and 'cause for one, they don't want us to be there, and I sit there and I take it. And a lot of times I ask them, "Are you done?" yeah. And by the end of the day, they would literally tell me, "Hey, I appreciate you sitting there listening to me. I'm sorry that I cursed you, but hey, I'm having a bad day." I say, "I understand that. Everybody does."
yep, awesome.
You better have.
Did
You
you
better-
just mute yourself?
I did. I was trying to eat some Cheez-Its. You better have them 2 statues a week. Last
So-
time I'm going to say it.
And that's kind of my guys. And he
Old
says
Dylan.
that's one of my guys. And and that's part of that training. And I've mentioned this to Aaron. It's a good idea for his deputies. If he wins this election, he go in as part of your training and all the things, and not being ignorant to the laws. As I make my officers at the City of Alexander report to me every week, they read 2 statutes out of the statute book a week. So they flip through there in the Arkansas State statute, and they go, "Okay, I'm going to pick this one." They read it from top to bottom. They get with me and they go, "Chief, these are the 2 statutes I read this week." Now, what they don't know is that I've kept every one of these statutes, and at a surprise time, I'm going to grill them to make sure
Pop
that
test.
they're actually
Pop quiz.
reading them and doing them, because when you go to the Law Enforcement Training Academy, what you got to look at the front of that class when you go in there is it's called Basic Law Enforcement Training. Basic.
It's just the basic.
I don't want you to be basic. I don't want you to pick up the phone and call the sheriff or the sergeants and go, "Hey, what do I need to do?" Well, you already know, because
Or you should know.
you're not being basic. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
don't be
you're-
basic.
That's all part of it.
And two, I want to say, since I've been at the sheriff's office and I've worked there, I've noticed that the morale has started to decline. I want to bring the morale back up, and the only way you can do that is
Taco
by,
Tuesday.
Hey, Taco Tuesday, and by
Pizza
Listen.
party for everyone.
well, they probably love that.
Casual Friday.
My guys at work love the pizza.
Y'all are all barking up the wrong tree. The
Yep.
cops like donuts.
Yep,
That's right.
Donuts.
They got
We were
super
trying to
donuts
mix it
now.
up.
Sorry, Aaron.
He don't look like he eats very many donuts. So
Oh yeah, I eat my fresh cereal. Just on certain
For
days.
every donut, it's another 500 push-ups.
But yeah, you gotta listen to the deputies and don't just treat them like a number and send them out here on the street. You got to sit down, you got to talk to them, you got to listen to them, and that's how you boost the morale at the sheriff's office. And a lot of these guys just want to be heard.
Absolutely.
I mean,
And I would tell you right off the bat, like I say, I'm not perfect by no means. And as a sergeant, when I was on patrol, and I would have a corporal, the first thing I would ask him, "Are you a yes man?" And he said, "Huh?" I said, "Are you a yes man? Because if you're a yes man, I don't need you on my shift."
It doesn't make you any better.
Exactly. I said, because I have bad days, and I may make say the wrong thing, make the wrong decision, but I want you to stand there and say, hey, sorry, I don't think that's right. And we'll work on that. But if I'm sitting there and my deputies come to me and said, hey, Sheriff, can we do X, Y, and Z? I'm gonna listen to it. I'm not gonna just sit there and say, hey, I'm the sheriff, and no, we're not gonna do that.
Yep.
Period.
The way I've always looked at leadership positions, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but I've always looked at it when I'm in a leadership role, the people underneath me, I work for them, not the other way around.
Exactly.
And that's kind of always been my mentality. Yep. So talk a little bit about your deputies and stuff. As I know you want more. It's easy to say, I want more, I want more, I want more. How do you plan on getting more?
Well, once I get in there, of course, you got to have the budget for more.
Yep. That's going to ask, where does that budget come from?
And once if I'm elected, I want to sit down, I want to talk to the quorum court and see where our budget is at and see if we can hire more deputies. I might have to take a pay cut in my salary. If that's what it takes to get more deputies, by golly, that's what I'm going to do. Because I want more deputies out here on the streets. I want more deputies out here on the street for the citizens. I want deputies out here to help protect each other. So if I got to take a pay cut, that's what I'm going to do.
We'll take a pay cut on the show to help you out if that helps. Nobody thought that was funny.
Amanda's full of the questions.
she's
tonight.
ready.
I'm gonna get on that. But
She's,
you hit on
ready for it.
morale just a minute ago. If you think about this, their job as patrolling officers, it already and I'm gonna say sucks because
I'm gonna disagree. I'm gonna stop you right
I'm not
there.
gonna say
Do it.
Here's why I say this. Listen real quick. The reason why I think that it sucks is because the majority of the time you're already coming into a situation to where people don't want you there, people don't like you, and then they watch all this crap that the media feeds them. So you're kind of coming into a situation, not all of them, but a lot of them are coming into a situation already on guard, expecting the worst, right? So you take that little bit of stress and a little bit of tension, and then you go what you was talking about, and you have the bad morale. So now you got a pissed off police officer who doesn't really want to be where he's at, and then you add the crap that's going on in the real world, and then he's got to come, pull you over or come into a high stress situation. So the escalating part of it is way greater than the de-escalating part of it because the pressure, everything's there. So I think that's huge. If you come in and the morale's great and everybody's happy and actually wants to get up and come to work in the morning, guess what's going to happen in the community?
They're going to take notice.
Yep. That's right. The community.
I was going to say, damn, traffic's going to get worse, and then everybody trying to go to work. Shit.
I like people not going to work.
All right. So what did Amanda said about the schools and whatnot?
Juveniles.
Hell, let me go back.
About the
I thought you were just going to throw a
I got
word
it right
out
here
there.
if you want me to read it.
Go
it
ahead.
says, how will you work with schools and social services to prevent juvenile crime and address root causes rather than just symptoms? Right, them juveniles, that's
That's tough.
And I want to put, we need more SRO officers in the school.
Yeah.
We need more. And, one of my things is and I've worked closely with the juvenile office when I was at the sheriff's office. And that's one thing that I noticed. And I'm not saying that every kid needs to be locked up. But if we had a juvenile facility and when they got out here and they done something that they know that is wrong, there's no more slapping on the wrist and sending them home just to do the same thing that they just done.
If there were real consequences
Exactly.
for what you did wrong, you're not going to do it a lot.
I'll put this out there, and there's some people that know this about me. There's some people that don't know this about me.
He was once a juvenile.
I was once locked up for 22 weeks, 5 months, locked up,
All the way locked up.
all the way locked up.
Shane cried every day for
explains
22
so much.
months.
now.
So, and I was a juvenile when I did it. I was a butthole. Back when I was, I'm just different
Bigger
level of
butthole
butthole now.
Just a
You
larger scale.
it scared me to be there. It scared me to be getting screamed at every day. It scared me not knowing if I was going to get to come back home and see my people and my mom and all them. That fear's not there no more. And just like Aaron said, you don't have to lock up every kid. You got to go case by case basis. But at the end of the day, it's just like even adults right now. And I'll say this, and I don't care. I don't care what you think. I know it's the truth. People are not scared to go to prison no more.
Not even a
You
little
know
bit.
why?
It's easy.
Because all the sex, drugs, and rock and roll that you can handle. And it's not like what you were scared of when you were a kid, that you were going to get them in there and somebody was going to take something from you, if y'all know what I mean.
Right. No, it's a party.
I was gonna say, I'm naive. So.
It's male and female
Right.
intercourse now.
It's
there.
a party.
It's a party. And you got all the drugs you want. You got all the money you want. You get on TikTok.
How am I just hearing about this now?
Get on TikTok.
I wasted 42 years of my life.
You got cell phones, and you're not worried about it. So if there's
Cable
no
TV.
Yep.
if there's no fear of the consequences for what you do, why should you stop?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's going to continue to be a thing, and it's got
gonna
to
continue.
start from the top.
You got to start from the
Yeah.
top. And like I say, and I don't want people to say I want to lock up every juvenile. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But if they got consequences, a lot of them would think about their actions before they do it.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's with anything. I was like, I tell people growing up as a kid, hey, don't touch that. It's hot.
What are they gonna do?
Oh, I'm going to go touch it. They don't tell you don't touch it. It's going to burn the
I
shit
do it
out
at
of
every
you.
Mexican place that we go to.
That plate's hot.
Plate's hot.
I said that plate's hot.
44 years old, still doing it every single time.
And I've had them tell me, even when I was on the street, what are you going to do? What are you going to do to me? I'm a
So
juvenile.
there's a couple questions about the jail facility. It's coming. So we're not ignoring you. Don't think we are.
I like Dare's comment about the more SROs, like she said, and getting them in there. But I think, so my kids are in elementary and middle school, right? So they got that. So they're see on TV and on this stuff at cops, somebody's gotten in trouble, did something bad. Well, with them in there, it protecting the kids for one.
Yeah.
That's one of the big things, right? But it also opens their eyes, like, they're not bad people. Them are people that, because they high five them every day going into the school or whatever they're doing.
And that's what it's supposed to be like.
man.
That's
So
what it's supposed to be.
that gains that. So if they have an issue, I think they're not as scared to go.
Yep.
Go say something to them. They're not bad. They're not. They're there to help you.
I don't
think
know
we got
why.
some outstanding SRO officers.
Yep. I don't know why, but one of the biggest things that pissed me off is when I hear someone go, you see that cop over there? I'm fixing to go get him and make you listen.
No.
No. Why are you trying to bring him in over here when you ain't doing
Well,
the
then
right thing as a freaking parent?
You're making that.
He's the bad
persona
guy.
in their
He's
head.
the bad
They're
guy.
Like, oh,
Yeah, that
now,
fires
I
me
can't
up.
ever
bad
go
guy.
to a police officer. That's kind of what I was getting at there.
That's
I'd
cool.
like
That's
more,
cool
more,
traffic,
right?
Terry. You barking up the
Hey,
wrong tree
look,
right now.
I wrote down.
Golly.
I gotta-
First and foremost,
yeah.
people got to put their cell phones down.
Well, I can tell you, sitting on that 2-lane road, it backs up pretty good over there. But you ain't got nowhere to go with that road.
I was
There's
going to do
nothing
it
they
for
can
the people. I was
gotta
going to
have
be like,
the kids.
what do you think about the school pickup lines?
Yeah.
I'm really not at that. Was a joke. I'm not doing that.
What
That's
do you
a-
got over there, AA Ron?
Yes. Let's hear it.
What was the question? I'm sorry.
I said, what do you got on your
You
list?
got lots of points over there, man. Come on.
He came prepared.
I see it.
Prepared. Came
We've got.
prepared.
We suck at preparedness.
We've got a sticky note here.
It's been there for 8 months.
To be honest with you, I've went over a bunch of these, in conversations that we've had, and I'm gonna bring up a subject that a lot of people in Saline County knows and that they're sick of, and that's the good old boy system.
Come on.
We're not gonna have that. As the sheriff, I am not gonna have the good old boy system.
You're gonna have to elaborate. What does that mean?
Well, it's, let's say that we all work at the sheriff's department. He gets in trouble for something, for a little small thing. Just because I like him, I'm going to smack him on the hand and send him home.
Right.
You do the same thing.
But I don't like you.
Why don't you
but
like
I don't,
me?
I don't like you.
I knew it. I freaking knew it from the
I'm
second
going to write
you walked
you up,
in.
and I'm going to suspend you.
Yeah.
And I would tell you, man, the sheriff's office got a bunch of great officers, but they're afraid to do their jobs because they're afraid that they're going to get written up. They're afraid that they're going to get fired. Nobody wants that to happen. These officers got family, they got kids that they got to support, and so therefore they don't want to do their job like they should. So, but
And it shouldn't be like
and
that.
it shouldn't be like
I mean,
that.
is that not domestic violence? You're living in fear.
I mean,
the abuse ain't there, but
you should.
the physical side.
Well, I was going to stop you a minute ago when you was talking about this job. When this, I have the best job in the world. I do. I get to go out here and shake hands and talk to people, and then on 1 second I might be chasing a guy that just shot somebody, and then 20 minutes later I might be in a Dunkin' booth at a festival raising money for kids for Christmas.
Yep. It's all about perspective. It's all about perspective.
That
and
also
mindset.
comes from training.
Well, yeah, and it does, but I shouldn't come to work and go
for your job.
Man, I see this, and I know this is going on,
But I'm scared to say
But
something.
if I do something about this, then it's going to be my butt.
Hey, both of us was in that situation about 15 years ago, and we both lost our job because of it.
Oh yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
and not only this is going to be my butt, but this is going to be I'm going to lose
My
a friend.
career.
I'm going to lose. Well, I can lose a friendship over this.
100%.
I mean, you may be doing the right thing, but you may be hurting someone else's career in the process, or hurting one of your friends. So I would just along those lines. I get what you're saying, and it's hard to do the right thing all the time. And when there's a culture of it not being that way, how difficult is that to come in that situation and correct bad behavior?
Well, that's when you got to have your guys feeling comfortable in coming to talk to you, and that's what I go back to, where you got to sit down and talk to them. You got to listen to them, Just because you come and talk to me at my office and he sees you walking in my office,
doesn't mean I'm coming over to you going, what were you doing in the sheriff's office? What are you doing in the chief's office? Why are you in there?
and I would tell you,
Did you tell on me? Snitch.
a lot of times, that's the way they feel. If I go in there and just speak to them, a lot of times they want to know what was you doing in there,
Yep.
and I don't want that. And I want these guys to feel comfortable. I want these guys to come, and I want them to get up in the morning and look forward to coming to work. Not getting up in the morning and said, "Oh, dang, here's another day, another 12-hour shift.
Just got to get through this day.
Yep, just got to get through this day."
Someone told me a long time ago. There's a certain beauty in the whole idea of being a little uncomfortable. Because if you're a little uncomfortable, then you're constantly thinking in your head, I've got to do the right thing. I've got to do the right thing.
Well, but uncomfortable and fear is two different things.
And I agree 1,000%. But that's not in comparison. But that my job, just if I don't do my job properly, somebody can get hurt.
Yep.
And so it's always a little uncomfortable. It's always a little uncomfortable. And I don't think there's anything wrong with making people just a little uncomfortable.
I'll tell this about police officers, and I do this. I told a guy up here not long ago, because he was just looking at police going, whatever. So I tell folks to make a bowl in their hand. Make a bowl.
Okay.
And in that, I want you to put the Constitution of the United States of America in that bowl. All right. I want you to put
I need a bigger bowl.
the laws of the state of Arkansas in that bowl. I want you to put my life in that bowl. I want you to put your life in that bowl. And I want you to put that bowl and wrap it up and stick it in your pocket. That's the responsibility that every one of us carry every day.
Yep.
That's huge.
It's massive.
I can't be scared to carry this in my pocket, whether it be from leadership or from whatever. You should be able to build a core team. You can ask any of my guys, because you see them commenting on here. I don't have guys that work for me. I have a team.
Yep.
Because just like y'all said earlier, without a sheriff or without a chief, if you got a sheriff and a chief and you don't have nobody under them, what are you sheriffing? What are you chiefing?
Did you just make up a word?
I did.
Sheriffing.
Sheriffing.
We'll put that on a t-shirt. Sheriffing.
So you build your core. He has an open door policy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to come in there? But if you build your core right and you build the right team, that door is going to stay open and it'll never get used.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because if you build the right thing, then you're going to have people come in and do bull crap sometimes, and it's all correctable. But you build the right team, they'll never have to go.
Well, and both of you guys can kind of answer this one, though. How intimidating is it to come into a new leadership role like that and to try to change a culture or try to change a mindset?
I think it's going to be hard at first, because it's, like I said, I've been there for so long and I've seen it. It's going to be a little difficult. But I'm going to tell you, with the right person in there as the sheriff, me, then it's
That's right.
Obviously.
Hey, hold on. Say that for the people in the back that didn't hear you.
One more time. Hey, Ron. He said
Hey, Ron
me.
for sheriff.
hey, run for sheriff.
Let's go.
I like
So-
that. He went over. He goes toot toot.
Toot toot. But like I tell people, it's I want to make the sheriff's department better, and I don't want to just get in there and make it good and say, hey, pat myself on the back and say, look what I've done. I continue to want to make it better and better and better. If anybody says, hey, there's nothing that I would change about the sheriff's department, oh my God, there's something wrong with you.
Well, and even so, let's say you have that job and you're there 5 years from now. There's always something you can change. There's
always.
always something you could do better.
There's always things that you can make better and better every single day. And I give an example. It's like you grilling ribs.
Oh man! Now you're speaking our
There you
language.
go.
Come on, Aaron, preach it.
You're grilling ribs, and you make them good. And people said, "Man, these are some good ribs." Well, you don't
Finger
want to
licking.
just continue to do them the same way you've done them. You want to make them better
Improve.
and then better. Every single time you cook it, you want to make them better.
The last one the Outlaw brought us sucked. They were terrible.
You're a damn lie.
No,
you
they
ate
were
every one of
they
them.
were dry as sh.
Are you kidding? Hey, would you turn around for a minute?
They had a good flavor. They were just really dry.
Arkansas state
don't-
statute says aggravated assault.
Right?
I got you.
Thank you.
Mikey G.
Because we're on camera. If the camera was off, never mind. Moving on. Going back to what you were saying.
But and,
Talking about ribs.
yeah, yummy. But like I said, you want to make them better. So that's what I want to do with the sheriff's office. I want to make it better every single time. Am I going to make mistakes? Yes. But I'm going to improve on that mistake. I'm going to make it better, and I'm going to make the sheriff's office better
Well, and I think that you have to make a few mistakes here and there to learn.
to learn from them.
If you don't make mistakes, you don't learn. And I guarantee you,
And
in a
you're not
minute,
doing
you're
it
going to
right.
see that pop up on here because I say it to my guys
Really?
every day.
And so going back to that, you empower your guys to make mistakes.
Absolutely. I want you
You-
to make me because if you don't make mistakes, you don't learn.
Yeah, I don't
crap,
I don't
dude.
intentionally want you to make a mistake, but I want you to try
Exactly.
new things. I want you to.
And here's the deal, and I tell this to people that I've arrested too. Life, you are not defined by the mistakes that you make. You are defined by what you learn from those mistakes. If you keep making those same damn mistakes, you're an idiot. But if you make a mistake and you learn from it and you build on it, then you're golden. Your life is not defined by a mistake because everybody. I'm gonna get biblical on you for a second. The good Lord died for us to make mistakes.
That's right.
Jesus died on the cross for us to make mistakes. If we're not making mistakes,
I preach to my
Why'd he
ball
do it?
kids. I coach baseball, and I tell my ball kids before every single game, they're
You're an
12 and
idiot.
13 years old. Remember, guys, I'm encouraging you to go make as many mistakes as you possibly can, so long as you give me 100% doing so.
Yeah.
That's life. That's life. That comes full circle,
And that's one thing about the sheriff's office. I want the guys to know that you're going to make mistakes, but we're going to learn from those mistakes, and we're going to learn from those
You're going to
mistakes
grow.
together.
You're going to grow.
absolutely.
I don't want you to you go out here and you try not to make a mistake. That's when you do make mistakes,
Right.
And you make the wrong decision.
right?
It's like when I was back in CID in criminal investigation. I had to call my sergeant every time I had a call. To one day I decided, you know what, I'm fixing to start making these decisions on my own. If they're wrong, I'm going to learn from them.
That's right.
And that's the only way that I'm gonna be a better officer. It's by learning from my mistakes and going from there.
I got you. Well, hey, Ron, we're getting close to the end of our show here.
No, he
but
still got shit to talk
that's
about.
what I was going to say is what points do you have over there that you haven't had a chance to touch
If you'll
on?
quit interrupting him, he'll tell you.
You're the one that does 95% of the talking.
That's battery.
Skeeter.
Skeeter.
was- that was
Aaron says you had a skeeter on you.
Skeeter on
There's a skeeter on his Peter.
Shasta had a good question. She said, "Is he going to come to the East End Parade?"
Absolutely, he will
Yes.
be there.
He'll be
I'll
there.
definitely be
And
there.
all I say is wear a helmet because he's throwing candy.
Yeah, jawbreakers.
I'm gonna say something before he goes on to his next point. I want y'all to pay very close attention to him at the East End Parade.
I'll be in the Deer Woods.
No, you won't. You'll be at the East End
He
Parade.
never attends.
Pay close attention to what happens at the East End Parade. And you'll pick up on it and you'll see it. Pay close attention to what is going to happen at the East End Parade with that man.
Is he going to be Santa Claus?
You just paid.
Hey, we already got a Santa Claus.
Yeah.
You can't be Santa Claus.
You cannot out here. You can't.
I can be an elf.
Richard
cannot-
ain't giving that up.
No, he owns
Hey,
that.
and the people in the community will come unglued.
Yeah.
Did you have something else, Aaron? I'm sorry.
Well, I basically touched on a lot of them. I just went from one point to the next. But I think I hit just about everything that I had on my notes. And like I say, again, before we end, I want to talk one more time about Safe Haven. We've got to keep it open. We got to do what we can to keep it open.
Well, and Shane won't come out and say it, but I already saw him write it down. That right there tells me his brain's already working, and Dad's After Dark's getting involved.
I'm telling you right now. So I didn't know about this, and it's obviously heavy on your heart, right?
Yes.
Me and Tim went through some shit in life, right? That this right here is 100%, in the back of our brain at all times, So if we've got a situation here to where people don't have a place to go, or they're about to lose a place to go because of whatever reasons, domestic violence is huge.
It's huge.
It's one of the most hidden things that you've ever been a part of.
And it's also one of the most dangerous calls that a police officer can go on.
100%.
Period.
It's crazy.
Talk about that real quick. Why is that?
Emotions.
Yeah.
Emotions. It is one of the most dangerous. And every situation is different. And that's what the cool thing about being a cop is you got to adapt and overcome to everything. But if I get in there and Boo Boo loves Johnny John, and Boo Boo and Johnny John get into a fighty fight, and you go in there to arrest Johnny John, now Boo Boo's mad at you.
Right, that's right.
And you end up with a butcher knife in
Yep,
your back.
that's right.
While you're trying to take care of Johnny John.
And it's probably the other way around sometimes.
100%, both ways, and I say that not meaning
Emotions.
that men can't be victims, because there's a lot of male victims in it that are scared to come out and say something. We know, Rodney. We're here for you, buddy. If you need to talk,
She's just a bully. She doesn't hit me. She
but
just
like
bullies me.
Verbally.
We're not here. We're not here
Put me on a diet.
to jump on this. But I mean, just know that this is not the last time you're going to hear the word Safe Haven come out of
crap.
Dad's
Did y'all
After Dark.
see what Danny just typed?
No, I was.
I'll read it for him. He said, I didn't see what he said before. But his last part of it says, "I'll donate a check to Safe Haven for $1,000."
That's
Awesome.
That's Danny
Awesome.
Thompson through and through right
Every
there.
time
So-
we have anything.
That's
Hey,
awesome.
Danny, just
coming.
hold on that. You will be hearing this come out of Dad's After Dark's microphones and other people's.
And the next thing I'm about to say for Aaron, this is probably the most important thing, other than telling folks to get out there and vote for change. When do they vote?
Yes.
The early voting is in February the 16th, and that's the primary. The general election is going to be in November of next year.
So
let's
February they need to be out there at the polls.
That's the early voting in February.
Yep.
You need to be out there at the polls.
Why is it so important to vote early?
You get me in there.
Come on, it's important.
Gotta
It's
get 'em
important to vote at all. But you know as well as I do that once it gets closer to November with the rest of the election, I don't want to go stand in the lines.
Yeah.
I don't want to go stand in the lines. And it's unfortunate that people think that way, but sometimes people think that way. So you get out there and you do your early voting. But at the end of the day, the number one most important thing is to get out there and vote.
Yep.
If you want the change, get in there and vote for it.
Exactly. If you want to change, you don't have to get out there
And
vote.
along those lines, you've got a little bit of time between now and come February.
Yes.
Whatnot? What is your plan between now and then to get your message out and get the people to know you?
I am going to make as many events that I possibly can to get. I mean, if you want me to come and to an event, hit me up on Facebook and I will get out there.
Okay.
I've already got one for you on here that I got a text from somebody that's watching that wants you to come speak at a Lions Club.
That's right.
And we'll make that happen
Awesome.
too.
Now I will not come and wrestle a bear.
Oh
He'll
man.
come.
So here's what
No bears.
with the training
I got
part
you.
of it. I want to go back to the training part of it for just a really quick second. Talking about training officers, Mikey G at one point agreed to get tased.
So if y'all need to train officers on tasing, we could do it. He'll sign a waiver and
one of our
everything.
deals about this show is we're huge on content that makes people watch, and
That's
Mikey
true.
G is always the content receiver.
Now, is he gonna get tased live on
Yeah,
the air?
100%.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
goodness. I'm going to pee myself.
Yep.
We've done a lot.
Oh, yeah,
to him
you
on
will.
there.
Yeah, we got a
So wear tan pants, like khaki pants.
right all the
There
way.
you
My friend Michael said, if you want to make a change, you got
Gotta
to start with the man in the mirror all day long.
With the man in the mirror.
You know what's funny is how much
We do not own the rights to man in the
we
mirror.
do not own
Yet.
any of that
Yet.
Yet.
But
We're
I
in
mean,
talks with Michael's folks about getting it.
y'all make sure to there is a Aaron Washington for Saline County Sheriff Facebook page.
Yes.
Y'all please, I believe I tagged it in our post earlier.
You did.
Please go like, follow, love, comment, all the above. Look, you don't have to like what's being said to be part of this either.
That's right.
Go bring out your words. If you got something that you're like, man, whatever, this is bull crap, I want to know, say it.
Yeah.
Like that's how.
Don't
Like
hold
this
it in.
this ain't just about everybody that supports him. We want to know about those that don't support him, because guess what? How do we learn how to be better if we don't know how to be better?
That's right.
And I will say
Hey,
this
time
before
out.
we
He
end.
just said, how do we know to be better if we don't know how to be better?
That's right.
Some people understood
leave
what
it
that
alone.
meant.
What did he say about the light last week?
If you turn it off, it gets dark. Anyway, go ahead, Aaron.
And I will say this before we end: if you want to have a one-on-one conversation with me, like I say, hit me
Speed
up on
through
Facebook.
Bauxite and you'll have it.
Through Bauxite, and hey, we'll have a one-on-one conversation.
So if he pulls you over in Bauxite, say, I was wanting to get on it with you. Let's go ahead.
That's a good
Sorry.
reason when you get pulled over.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay,
But-
I wanted to talk to you.
I want to talk to you.
If you want to have a one-on-one conversation,
hit me
how
up
does
on
that happen?
Facebook, and I will pick a date and time, and I'll come out there and talk with you.
Get a hold of me. I know how to get a hold of Aaron. If you need any Aaron Washington for Sheriff campaign signs, if you want to put one in your yard in Saline County, you can get a hold of his Facebook page. You can also get a hold of me. And there's
get 'em out.
and we'll get them out to you, 100%.
And I want to ask this because it keeps it. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. We don't learn if we don't know, right? So earlier in the conversation, you spoke about the current sheriff, right? The guy who is currently in the sheriff's spot. Is he planning on going somewhere?
Yes.
Or okay, so that was my question.
You're not like, get out, go.
Right.
He's,
well, no.
he's running for a political office.
Right. So that was a question. That was something like, are y'all battling each other? In this whole "I'm trying to take your job" thing. But I mean, you made it clear y'all have a relationship. You're friends and all the above. Has he voiced his thoughts on this? Or can he?
He can, but
Right.
not to me. He it's just like any other candidate. I mean, they're going to leave their thoughts and
Right.
stuff like that to themselves,
Right.
Because they don't want to,
It can jeopardize what he's doing.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. I was just curious, because that's just
Do we have time for one more question?
we can be here as long as we want to.
Because this came up in a text message.
Mikey G's got to poop, but he'll be all right.
I'm sorry, Mikey G.
It's only been an
Hit the
hour
button.
and 19 minutes. Sorry.
And this one's going to touch home to a whole lot of people in this county, and especially to one person. And I don't mean to hop on somebody else's train, but these are questions that I get. Me and you have talked about for our cities that we currently represent now, and in this county. The dog problem, the stray dog problem.
my
I'm glad you brought that up. I was just fixing to mention that.
Kim Cheeseman said she will take every single stray dog to her house. Just drop them off. It's fine.
And it's a big deal, especially since
it's
the
a
young
huge
lady
problem.
lost her life, recently,
Right.
and that was a tragic deal. And that question has came up. I spoke with the county judge myself, and when I asked him about it, he's like, oh my God, because but it's a problem that needs to be addressed, whether it be on the sheriff's level or a county level.
That's
or
what I was
whatever
going to
it may
ask
be.
you. Is this a problem for the sheriff's office, or is it something they can advocate for another department?
All the above.
Okay.
Who's the first one that gets a phone call when something happens like that?
You.
These guys.
So what do you think?
And for one, we've got to hire. We only have for Saline County that I know of one guy that's working animal control for this whole entire county. If I'm elected, I am going to make phone calls of surrounding counties. I'm going to make phone calls of counties in a different state and find out how they're handling their animal problem, because they may have a good suggestion for me. Since I've started in Bauxite, we just recently got an animal control passed. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I know all the answers to that, but by golly, I am going to find out.
But you're trying.
I'm trying. I'm going to find out.
Yeah, because that's huge.
And I'm going to be working on that prior to me getting in the office. So I would already have a solution to that problem. I want to be able to solve problems before it actually becomes a big problem.
Well,
Because then it's too late.
Yeah.
I have one last question. We talked about Saline County. We talked about our officers of Saline County. There's got to be a relationship, a solid working relationship between Saline County, Pulaski County, Grant County, Benton, Bryant, because these are all places that work within and on the edges of our community, right?
Yep.
So, not that there's any, oh, great, Saline County's here kind of conversations, but I can also tell you that I'm sure those words are spoken often.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
And that's a great
So-
question there is like, how do you go about trying to coordinate something like that and develop that relationship?
I want to continue to work closely with our local, federal, and state government. I mean, we've got it there now. We just need to continue to grow with them. So I don't want to be just excluding them out of the county. I want to work with surrounding agencies. I want to work with our local agencies. I want to continue to grow right along with them.
Right.
So
at the end of the day, it's
Open
about
minds.
it's at the end of the day, it's about solving
about
the
sol-
problem, not who gets credit for
exactly.
solving the
'Cause
problem.
Exactly.
we're all in this together. All in this together. And if Benton, Bryant, or even if I'm sheriff and there's another chief in Bauxite and he solves a solution, I'm gonna give him praise.
That's right.
I'm gonna give him praise. I'm not gonna say, hey, and just push him aside.
Yeah. Okay.
I think
Awesome, man.
Well, did we miss any questions?
We missed a few.
ton, but
Yeah, we did
We
miss
can't
a
go.
few.
We can't get them all, but
But
hey,
you-
he's got a Facebook page. And,
Absolutely.
and
They got a
throw them
Facebook
on there.
page.
And-
Ask me.
Throw
And you
him
know,
on there.
it's a
He'll
long,
get to him as best he can. He
and
still
it's a-
does have a job that he still has to do during the
there you
week.
go. And it's a
Or
long
whatever
time
it is.
between here and November, so maybe we do this again sometime.
February. We need February. The
February.
primary.
That's what I said. I said February.
Early voting.
Primary.
Get out there in the
Get out there.
primary.
Hey,
vote.
Ron.
maybe we can create a small event.
Well, you probably won't see AA run on the ticket, but
It's gonna say
it'll
Aaron.
Hey, Ron.
But whenever y'all put it on there, you got to go, hey, Ron.
Hey, Ron.
Hey, I will tell you in the background, Danny did call me while we were live, and he was like, I don't know if y'all seen it, but I got $1,000 check right now for Safe Haven. So
That dang Danny.
he's
He's something else.
special.
Great
but,
guy, man.
But y'all keep
is
that in
sweet.
Central Arc
mind.
Appliances, if you wonder.
Safe Haven will be part of some future conversations for us. I've got to dig deep and find some more information on it. But until then, y'all, like I said, y'all keep that in the back of your mind. But until then, y'all got to make sure you go a very positive change that could come our way.
That's right.
If we get this man in here to do his job.
Definitely going to be a change that I can
So,
guarantee you.
I appreciate you and I support you, and we as Dads After Dark are all about our community, and we're all about our first responders, our military, and our police officers, and
Not firemen, no, because
yeah, screw them dudes.
Matt got
Love
off,
you, Matt.
Matt got off here earlier.
Right.
So,
So anyway, Aaron, thanks for taking the
Thank y'all
time
for
out of your
having me.
evening to come
Thank
over here
you.
and hang out with us.
thanks, guys.
Everybody that was in the comments, like, that was huge. We really appreciate y'all. We know there's a lot of support for Aaron. Thank y'all very much, and just remember all this whenever it comes time to vote.
Dads after
yeah,
dark.
let's
Yep.
go.
And if you got any questions you forgot to ask, send them on in. We'll get them over to him. He will get those
Hey,
answered.
wait. Where's? Never mind. I probably can't do that. I was gonna see if he wanted to.
No, we're not. Absolutely not.
No.
Move on. All right. Hey, thank y'all
Just
for
no,
coming.
play the
Yeah,
music,
let's go.
Mikey G.
Oh,
Okay.
Love y'all. Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, guys.
See y'all.
Have a great night.
I knew exactly.
Yeah. That's after dark. You already know. Moms in the morning suck.
after dark, grilling in the park, making back ribs on the grill. Me and my wife, Netflix and chill. Sweet tea, roller cooler, lawnmowers, blah blah blah. Mom's in the morning, they talking, it's kinda boring. Bourbon, Velcro, New Balances, tatted on my nose. Mickey G, funny packs, hats on me. Blue jean shorts, yeah, that kinda short. Dad's after dark, dad's after dark, dad's after dark, dad's after dark.